I'd see him sitting on that couch all day long, just staring at that Hollywood hogwash.
Our favorite show was Hollywood Hogwash.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hollywood Hogwash. I'm Andrew Pisano, along with Josh Reese and Aaron Rosa. How's everybody doing?
Nobody fucks with the Jesus.
There you go. Okay.
There's my quote.
I was wondering if the catchphrase was coming.
Wait, are we reviewing The Big Lebowski?
No, I'm just doing a quote.
That's your new quote?
Josh gets his little salute. You get your intro. I get something.
Wait, so every week you're gonna have a different quote?
Maybe. I don't know.
He hasn't decided
He's
yet.
just feeling it out.
2 weeks in a row doesn't make a thing.
Next
We'll
week
see.
he's gonna go family.
Are you calling
No.
yourself the Jesus of the podcast?
No, it's just a quote. Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Superstar.
Yeah, I mean that's a good movie for sure. But I feel like we watched a better movie. Certainly one of my favorites.
Mine
you know,
too.
we had a free week because no big movie came out, or nothing really that I wanted to see.
I've heard good things about the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh, that's right. That's what came out. I can't believe it actually beat John Wick. I understand it's John Wick's second week, but it did barely beat John Wick.
Did I see right that this movie came out unopposed? Like nothing else new really came out against this.
That's how that's most movies that come out nowadays. There's not many anymore.
Right. Well, I mean, this month is kind of busy because you're also getting Super Mario Brothers next week.
That's right. We're going to watch that next week. No, like really, December's the only time nowadays where like two giant movies are competing against each other. It really doesn't happen often. I guess Shazam, what was it? What came out the same week? Shazam and Creed? No, it wasn't Creed.
I
No, it
think
wouldn't have
Creed
been
might have been
that.
the week before, maybe.
Right. But anyways, not a lot of competing movies coming out the same day anymore.
And that's
Right.
definitely a change because even back in the day, like before, pre-Avengers movies, because now it's like when there's a big, massive movie, nobody even bothers. But back in the day, there would be like, Speed would come out or Men in Black would come out or something. There would still be 2 or 3 other movies that would come out that same weekend.
Yeah.
Right. You'd
They
spend your
wouldn't
whole
be-
weekend at the movie theater.
Yeah, they wouldn't be big movies necessarily, but there would be multiple movies coming out each week.
Yeah, but they're not anymore because most
Right.
studios are afraid to even make a big movie anymore because they're afraid it's going to bomb in theaters. I mean, Babylon. What was the opening weekend of that, Josh? Wasn't it like 8 million, and that movie cost like 300 million to make? It's one of the biggest flops of all time.
How did that
Right.
cost $300 million?
I mean, I was guessing, but I know it costs like over like hundreds of millions. Like it costs a lot of money. And how it has Margot Robbie as Brad Pitt.
Right. And it was actually a really fucking good movie too.
You watched all of it?
Wait. Oh no, I must be thinking of the other one. New Amsterdam. What was it?
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, the one with Margot Robbie. I guess I'm getting them confused.
Yeah, you are.
Because Babylon also had a big cast, and it also did not do very well in the movie theater as well.
No. It's saying they lost $200 million with Babylon.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So guess what comes out after Super Mario Brothers, the week after? I don't know if you remember.
Fast 10, right?
Renfield.
Oh, Renfield.
Yes.
I thought they came out the same week.
No, I just looked the week after.
Oh,
April 14th. So yeah, so it's going to be a pretty busy month.
Yeah. Power Rangers? Well, we're not going to watch that. That's a Netflix thing. When the fuck so Fast 10 is May, right? Yeah. Dude, May is Fast 10 and Guardians 3. May's going to be... Oh, and Little Mermaid. We'll have to do that one. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, next week we got Super Mario Bros. But all right, before we get to Men in Black and everything, well, first go to patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. We're currently reviewing The Mandalorian. We're gonna be all caught up this week because we're gonna be reviewing episodes 5 and 6. So if you like The Mandalorian and you like us, just go to patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. We got over 100 people on there. It's only $3 a month. You can cancel anytime. Give it a try. Just like you told your buddy in college, you know?
my God.
Josh knows what I'm talking about.
I don't
Anyways,
know what
let's
you're talking about at all.
let's
Was that
talk
something
about,
you told your buddies, Andrew?
Let's talk about
That must have been.
Josh, don't talk back to me.
Okay. No, that's right.
Know
isn't-
your role.
This isn't the Josh Reese show. It's the Andrew Pisano show.
Know
My
your
bad.
role.
My bad. I
And
forgot.
Of course it is. What show isn't the Andrew Pisano show?
The ego on this fucking
Can you do
guy.
impressions?
I can
don't
do
think
tons
so.
of impressions.
Not well. Is
Should
what
I bust
meant.
some out?
No, please God. Anyways, we got a new trailer. We got some news and rumors, aka the Hollywood hogwash. So hit the music. Marvel released the Secret Invasion trailer finally, starring Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, and we're gonna watch this right now for the first time. None of us has seen it, so here we go. I think that's Nick Fury.
Fury,
Nailed it.
since you've been gone, things have gotten much worse.
Since you've been gone.
I was just.
How do you think I came back?
I have a beard now, so my
You're in no
character doesn't
shape
stay
for this
with me.
fight that lies before us, old friend.
Oh, I like her.
This is personal.
Very few of us know about the wars fought in the shadows that have raged on this planet.
Oh, shit.
Do you feel responsible?
Where are the Avengers? This war is one I have to fight alone.
It's like he's not even Nick Fury.
You're the most wanted man on the planet.
You don't know what they have planned for you.
The great Nick Fury.
What the? Is that Venom?
Oh, interesting.
What the fuck was that?
One last fight.
Interesting.
June 21st.
So obviously we're gonna have a fucking shit ton of scrolls in this movie. That's for sure.
It's a TV show, but yeah.
Wow, it's a movie caliber TV show.
Sure.
This is
Yeah.
going to be a series?
Yeah.
6 episodes.
Yeah, like all the Disney Plus Marvel shows are 6 episodes.
So I guess the only Avenger that's gonna be in the show is I guess a War Machine.
War Machine. Well, you don't know. Maybe some others will show up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it leaves you wanting more. We really didn't get to see too much. So
Right.
that's good. So much is spoiled nowadays. Like, I feel like I know everything that's going to happen in the new Flash movie.
Well, another trailer will be released at some point, of course. You know that. Yeah.
They've already shown us too many awesome scenes of Renfield.
The-
Right?
Yeah.
Which
So
is
this
a little bit concerning.
Yeah, so this is good. They didn't give us too much.
Yeah, I mean, kind of down on Marvel right now. That's why I'm not overly excited for this.
Yeah.
I hope it's good. I'll just say that.
We would love to be proved wrong.
It looks like a more gritty Marvel show than what we've had in the past. So that leaves me a little bit hopeful.
Why is Nick Fury so depressed?
He's Nick
I
Fury.
mean, last we saw him, he was with Miss Marvel on the spaceship, and he was looking out at the beach, and he seemed fine there.
Yeah.
He was like, "Come on, everyone, chop chop." I don't even remember what movie that was after. Was it Spider-Man?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
So this is going to be released on June 21st.
June 21st. So
Interesting.
I guess that'll be our next 6 weeks on Patreon
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah, but I'm kind of surprised, It looks like we might be getting like a really maybe not R-rated Nick Fury, but more of a badass Nick Fury,
well, let's
Like
hope
a
so.
Nick Fury that doesn't give no fucks.
Well, who knows what we're
I don't
gonna
think if he ever gave fucks, but yeah.
That's true.
I mean, who knows what we're going to see now that they're doing Daredevil Born Again. We're going to see Bernthal Punisher. Who knows what we're going to see at this point?
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of Bernthal Punisher, I was watching some of the King Richard movie because it was on TV at the hotel we were staying at. And John Bernthal plays like this dorky tennis coach. And it's unlike any role he's ever played. It's like, this guy was the Punisher, and he's like, all right, girls, let's get at it. Come on, guys. It's just like, holy shit. He's so fucking corny. It's weird to see him in a role like that. But he's such a good actor that he pulls it off.
Well, that's good. I'm remembering when he played in that, what was it, the Noak movie, the prequel for The Sopranos. And he,
Many Saints of Newark.
Many Saints of Newark, and he just like blew the brains out of the guy that he was driving the car in with. And
What?
yeah.
You mean when he shot his wife's weave?
Oh, he shot his wife's weave. That's what it was.
He didn't shoot someone's head
Shit.
off.
I thought it was. Okay.
Because that was a
Shot
callback.
someone's
That was a callback to the TV show.
Oh, shit.
They mentioned that in The Sopranos that he got so mad at her that he like shot her hair.
That's right.
Like he shot like, yeah.
Huh.
And then they did it in the movie.
Yeah.
But I don't, that movie was not very good.
No, that movie was not very good.
Some more Marvel news. The Hollywood Reporter says that the Fantastic Four movie is getting a rewrite from the writer of Avatar: The Way of the Water.
This is bullshit.
Yes, it is.
You know, the one thing that I loved about Avatar: Way of the Water, well, I guess it was really nothing. And it definitely wasn't the writing.
I heard
for
Mr.
sure.
Fantastic's gonna morph into a whale in this movie.
I'm sure there will be whales in this movie.
They can't possibly fuck up Fantastic Four again.
Dude.
That's
They
all they
can't.
do.
That's all they do.
can't.
Have they ever made a good Fantastic
They
Four
can't.
movie?
They've done this shit twice.
They made one in the 90s.
They've done it twice, and that's not even counting the 90s.
They made a
train
TV
wreck.
movie in the 90s just so they could keep the rights to the fucking franchise, and it was terrible.
If you're counting that, it's 3 times they fucked it up.
That's a pattern. All they know how to do is to fuck up the content.
And then the first one they made with Jessica Alba sucked. Then they threw Silver Surfer in the second one. It still sucked. Galactus was a cloud.
He was a clown.
He was a fucking cloud.
Well, look,
Because they were like, well, Galactus looks too ridiculous for a movie. We can't do that. Then fucking Thanos 10 years later.
Well, look, I'll say this. There was a comic series. It was Ultimate Galactus. And they did that where Galactus wasn't, big, giant, purple man. He was like a swarm of ships. He wasn't a cloud. He was like a swarm of ships. But he was fucking scary. That was a scary, I think there was a 3-part series of trade paperbacks that cover that whole series. And that was a great story. If they made that movie, like the Ultimate Galactus story, not, the cloud that was in the
but
Ewan Griffith, Jessica
Galactus
Alba
is
one.
going to be Galactus from the comics as everyone knows him because what's the fucking movie? Eternals?
Eternals.
It has what are they called?
Oh, I know what you're talking
giant
about.
fucking gods that are like Galactus. Like they're all in it.
Right.
So
Right.
he's definitely gonna be one of those things for sure.
And that's what we all want to see. I'm just saying it's possible to do the swarm of ships thing and have it be good. They did it really great in a comic series. They just fucked it up in the Jessica Alba.
Yeah, you can't make him a cloud.
It could have been
Gilgamesh?
great.
Is that what it is?
Gilgamesh? What?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
From Eternals.
It was like it began with a T, like it was something terrestrial or something. Anyways,
I mean, yeah.
I didn't even see the last reboot. Did you guys see the last reboot of Fantastic Four?
The one with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
I didn't,
see
no.
it either.
So no. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't excited, and then it got horrible reviews right away. So it was like, yeah, why bother?
And I like the Fantastic Four, but like we said, all they do is fuck it up. So like, I had no interest to see the Michael
Well,
B. Jordan.
it's
one.
funny when we heard years ago that MCU was going to get a crack at it for the first time. We were hopeful because at the time MCU's making Infinity War and
Right.
Endgame, but now I don't have much hope.
No.
Well, look, when we all watched the Doctor Strange sequel and we all saw Jim Halpert as Mr. Fantastic. It was great. We all popped for that, right?
Right.
That was great. We would love to see a movie starring him. I think everybody would love to see that, but it just feels like they're not going to give that to us.
It's not going to be him.
It's not going to be him.
I think they pretty much already said that.
Yeah.
They need someone like James Gunn to do the Fantastic Four movie because it kind of is. You could make it like Guardians-y because it's a group of 4 people. You know, you got to get someone like James Gunn to make these characters interesting because they have yet to be interesting on screen. Just in a live action version.
Just like give Phase 6 or whatever all to Taika Waititi. I think we'd be fine with that.
Sure. I mean, a lot of people didn't like Thor 4. I still liked Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
I was fine with it. It was one of the better Phase whatever we're fucking in movies. I don't care what people say. I still loved it. But yeah, I mean, come on. It doesn't even compare to Ant-Man. Ant-Man was terrible.
Ant-Man was fucking terrible.
You know, a lot of these were. So we'll see what happens. Some more MCU stuff. The Hollywood Reporter also says Liv Tyler will reprise her role as Betty Ross in Captain America Civil War. And my question is, why? Why do we need Betty Ross? I guess Hulk's going to be in it.
I mean, why, unless you're bringing back Ed Norton?
I mean, they brought back Tim Roth to be a joke.
Right.
A fucking joke. A fucking abomination that looks like a teddy bear. He looked like a fucking teddy bear.
Wow.
They really ruined the Hulk. And it's so weird because when I saw Endgame and they made Smart Hulk, I thought it was great. And it was great in that movie. Mm-hmm. Like, it was a nice change of pace. It was like, oh, that's awesome. He's Smart Hulk again. But then they ruined it because he went from Smart Hulk to like smart dumb Hulk, like he was in She-Hulk. And then it's just like, oh, I left and now I'm back and I have a son and I guess you'll see that movie another day. It's like, okay, sure, whatever you say, Bruce.
Yeah.
And now you have Betty Ross, who, you know, like Liv Tyler was in the Ed Norton one. It's just weird. It's just weird.
It's a lot of different crossovers.
Why not recast Betty Ross? You recast Bruce Banner.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why is she? I don't know.
Well,
they're just grasping for straws at this point.
It's true.
Because they know that they're losing ground.
Oh my God, Liv Tyler from Incredible Hulk?
They know they're losing ground. They know everybody's popping for DC right now. They're desperate.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I can think that why she's going to be in it is because maybe in Captain America 4, maybe there might be a heavy presence of the Red Hulk.
Well, yes, he is. Remember, Harrison Ford is playing her father.
Right.
So, of course, that's why she's in it.
Yeah.
But, again, you recast the general because that actor died in real life.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't see why it's so necessary to bring Liv Tyler and not just recast it when so many of, like, everyone really has been recast for the Hulk stuff.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't... it's not a name that really excites me,
but
so maybe they think it is.
Here's my real problem with it. I actually like Liv Tyler. She's a fine actress. I really love the Incredible Hulk movie. I thought Ed Norton and Liv Tyler worked well together. I always liked Ed Norton better as the Hulk than Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo's like this dumb guy. It doesn't make sense that he's a scientist. He looks like he just wants to fucking drink beer and watch football. But like... The problem I have with it is Liv Tyler, we haven't seen her since 2008.
Right.
And they don't even mention her in any of the other movies. And Bruce moved on and he fucked Natasha.
So why
is she still... What? And then like almost 20 years later, you're going to bring her back?
Yeah, what's she been doing for the past...
Yeah.
They're desperate. They will
2008.
They will throw any shit at the wall at this point.
This movie's coming out in 2024. That's 16 years later.
They fully understand, like, okay, we're the company that gave the world Endgame.
Yeah.
And we're losing ground. We're losing money. Nobody gives a shit. They understand that they are in trouble, and they're just throwing shit at the wall at this point.
Sir, we've got Harrison Ford. Yeah, but we need to make money with this movie. Get Liv Tyler. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, that's a solid combo. That's a solid combo. A 1-2 punch to DC.
I'm worried. I'm worried it's going to suck. And it's going to be like, oh no, Harrison Ford, what did you agree to?
I'm worried about almost everything Marvel at this point.
I know.
Except for the Daredevil show.
It's one of those things, like any type of Marvel news you hear, you're automatically like, it's kind of a bummer. Even if they're like, Marvel bringing back Iron Man. Oh, not Iron Man.
Right. I mean, look at that Secret
Not like
Invasion.
this.
Look at the Secret Invasion trailer. They basically showed us nothing. Like, there's not even a reason for us to even post that anywhere. Like,
Yeah, who's
there wasn't really
clamoring for
much.
Secret Invasion too? You know?
That and it kind of seems like it's going to be more of a Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. type of show.
Right.
Like
Maybe.
not, this is a universe where we've had Thanos, and even when you're not dealing with massive threats like that, you still have great individual movies with great villains. And this just Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was fine. It was fine, but for the movie level characters, the movie level storylines, it feels like they're just taking all of these things and just reducing them to six episode
well, yeah, and
miniseries.
you saw in the trailer there was that newspaper headline, because people still read the newspaper.
Hey,
and it was
yeah, they
like,
do.
"Donde está Avengers?"
Right.
It's like they just threw that in there just so that you're watching the trailer, like, "Oh, are there going to be Avengers in this show?"
No.
And it's like, no, just Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
And probably one scene.
Yeah. What are you doing, Nick Fury? Fuck you.
All right. All right. You do you, bro.
Yeah.
Roadie out.
Roadie out. That's his new thing. So did you guys like Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Yes.
I never saw it.
It's a fun
Okay.
movie.
Yeah, I thought it's pretty good.
That was with Michael Cera.
Yes.
Michael Cera, yeah.
Yep.
Netflix announced a Scott Pilgrim anime is coming to the streaming service. But it is with the movie cast returning to do the voices. And they basically brought back everyone.
That's smart because that had I think it had Brandon Routh in it also, didn't it?
Yes.
I think Routh was in it. There was a
Yeah.
lot of people in that.
Yeah.
But that's smart because Michael Cera is like, we all still see him as 19, but he's like 43 now.
Oh my God. dude.
Probably.
Yeah.
So this is the way to do it. That's smart.
He's 40 going on 14.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
Well, when have we even seen him last,
Yeah, that's true.
I don't even know. This is the end.
This is the end, like 10 years ago.
Right.
What was that?
I was just saying, from what I remember, it was a pretty popular movie back in the day.
It
No,
was.
it was
It was
big,
good.
It had a big cult following. It did well in theaters. Yeah.
Yeah, 2010. 2010.
How old is he
no,
now?
this is the end, 2013.
Right.
He's 34 years old.
Holy shit, he's been younger than me this whole time?
No way. Really?
34.
No, he was 34 in the This
That's
is
what it
the
says
end,
on
right?
Wikipedia.
Yeah, he's 34, all right.
Wow. I'm curious where the story goes from here. Because it was just a nice, self-contained story.
Yeah, what does he have to fight? More boyfriends?
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah, his career has not gone well.
Sausage Party in
Well, that was
2016.
That was cartoon.
But like the Lego Batman movie,
Dude, it's true. Like the last movie we saw him in was This Is the End. After
Yeah.
that, it's just like a bunch of
the balls of. Oh, he's gonna be in Barbie.
He came back
Whatever.
I think he came back for Arrested Development, but that's,
sure.
that doesn't really count.
Wow, that's kind of depressing
not a
because
movie.
he's a pretty good actor.
Yeah,
He's
but it's
good.
tough when you look like you're 14 years old,
Right.
And you're
Yeah.
an adult. I mean, that's what happened to Macaulay Culkin.
No wonder he probably plays in Barbie because he has one of those childlike faces.
Right. And he took his pants off, and they were like, "Well, you don't have a penis, so we don't even have to do anything." TBD. Am I right, Josh?
Oh shit, he was in The Boys. The Boys presents Diabolical.
Of the voice, the cartoon.
Yeah. Huh. Okay, he was in an episode of that. Interesting.
Yeah.
So we'll give this show a shot?
Possibly.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. Also, Vin Diesel told Total Film that Fast 10 will say goodbye to Paul Walker's character. We heard some rumors that he was going to be in it and they were going to use CGI. And it seems like that has been confirmed by Vin Diesel. Oh. But it's like, I thought that's what Fast 7 was for, was to say goodbye to Paul's character. And we were all fine that they used CGI to put him in that last scene for 2 seconds to smile at Vin Diesel and Vin Diesel smiles back and they drive away separately.
Right.
Why is it needed again?
So is his car going to drive back into the world after they drove away separately? It is kind of weird. You know?
In Vin Diesel's world, 4 movies later,
Yeah.
7 years later, we'll finally say goodbye to Paul Walker.
Can we
Han
just
wasn't
let
dead
this-
and neither was Paul.
Can we just let this man rest in peace? I
know.
mean, geez.
Nope.
It's like Eddie Guerrero in WWE. They just can't stop talking about
Right?
him.
This shit's
Can't
just
stop
making too much
doing
money.
memorials to him.
Yeah.
All this type of stuff. You know, it's...
Still, I can't wait. It's going to be fun as hell.
You're still waiting for the Rock appearance at the end?
Oh, hell yeah. That we're not going to get. Also, Thomas Hayden Church recently said that Sandman's return has been recently discussed at Marvel. This just seems more bad news. We don't need more of Sandman. I mean, he wasn't even fucking in Spider-Man No Way Home. Do people not realize this? This is what I said when I first saw the movie. I was like, he's not even in the movie. Like, he's doing voiceover work. That's why he's Sand. Was he Sand all the time in Spider-Man 3? No.
Yeah.
He was only Sand when he needed to be Sand. And then at the end, they just used old footage from Spider-Man 3, and they did the same thing with the Lizard.
Lazy.
Just stop.
Well, right, but I mean...
Lizard and Sandman should not have been in Spider-Man No Way Home. They should have just focused on the other 3.
Electro, Green Goblin.
Fair, but devil's advocate, when we had those 2 episodes of Boba Fett that were basically Mandalorian episodes, that was just Pedro voice work. He wasn't in the suit.
How do you know?
What's wrong with voice work? I thought we established this.
How do you know he wasn't in the suit?
I thought we established this, that he was off filming something else or working on something else, so he only did voice work in the Boba Fett episodes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I could be wrong, but I thought we discussed that.
I don't remember discussing that. If you read that somewhere, I'll believe you, obviously. Sure. That.
Well, the point stands. I mean, just because it's only voice work doesn't mean it can't be good.
Yeah, but it wasn't good in that movie.
Well, not in that
That's
movie.
what
sure.
I'm talking about.
Fair.
Plus, if you hear
Fair.
I
something
think
about
we've resolved all of Sandman's story. I don't think we need more of Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman. That's my point.
That's fair. I agree. He shouldn't have been in that movie.
Yeah. So that's all I got. Josh?
So I have some interesting news. According to Deadline, Clayface will be in the next Batman movie.
Yes.
According to Deadline, Clayface will be a big addition to the sequel film.
We haven't seen this yet.
But the Robert Pattinson one.
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yes. I don't care. I just want to see Clayface in a live action feature film.
Yeah.
We haven't seen this guy yet.
Well, how are they going to do it? Because like Christopher Nolan's trilogy, no one had superpowers. It was like a realistic way, with awesome technology. It seems like that's how how this universe is going to be as well. So Clayface won't be a shapeshifter, literally. He might disguise as other people or something, but he probably won't be a shapeshifter.
Well, the original version of Clayface was actually a serial killer who would murder people and take off their faces.
Okay, but that's basically what they just did with the Riddler.
Right, but this is going to be...
Is every movie just going to be Batman hunting a serial killer?
It might be.
Is there a problem with that?
Batman's a detective. That's what he does.
I
He
would
detects
love-
I'm
things.
sorry. That's right. Batman walks around a room for 10 minutes and finds clues.
He walks around a lot of different places and finds clues.
Why do you have to be such an asshole
he's
just
such
because
a
it's not a
negative
Nolan
Nancy.
movie? Look, I would love to see. Look, I agree.
What are you talking about? I'm excited for Michael Keaton.
Yes, I agree that the first Pattinson Batman movie had a lot of problems, but the premise of the movie, Batman being a detective hunting a serial killer, I love the premise of that. They just didn't get it right in the first one, but if they try it again and they get it right the second time,
What
I
makes
would
you
be
think they will?
It was a good movie. People loved it.
What makes me
Riddler's
think they will?
plan was to flood the city. That's stupid.
It worked.
There's always hope. The first Star Trek movie, like there was the original series in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
They came back and did the first movie. Nobody liked it. Generally, it was a piece of garbage. And then they did a second movie. No one was excited. The first one didn't do well. Nobody liked it. And then they did Wrath of Khan. And that changed everything. No one was expecting a great movie, and it was fucking awesome. There's always hope.
They probably had different directors.
Yes, they did, obviously, but there's always hope. There's always hope.
So
I will hold out hope for James Gunn's Batman reboot.
Sure.
That's what I will hold out hope for.
I want to see that too.
that's
Yes.
going to be a good one too.
I certainly have hope for that because James Gunn has not made a bad movie as far as I know. I don't know all of his movies, but the ones I do know, they're all great.
Yes.
The other thing that I have is Deadpool 3 has gotten some new cast members. Most notably Matthew McFadden, who plays one of the main characters in Succession.
Oh, right.
He'll be playing an unknown character.
Of course, Josh brings that up.
Blind Owl and Dopinder will also be returning to Deadpool 3.
Who's Blind Owl?
Blind Owl? She was the black lady.
Oh, right.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I thought you said owl.
Blind Owl. Sorry.
Blind Owl
And
and
Dopinder.
Dopinder, the taxi driver. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Well,
So-
yeah, they got to be in it.
So I thought it was pretty neat. You know, we haven't gotten too much of Deadpool news, so I saw this and I had to scoop it up.
Sure.
So looking forward to hearing some more announcements
Dude,
about it. that's
James
for
Gunn
sure.
directed Super.
He did.
What is Super?
Oh, did you not see that? It was basically Dwight Schrute as a real-life superhero
Yeah.
Oh shit,
with...
Ellen Page as
Right.
the sidekick.
that sounds pretty interesting.
Oh, it was a great movie.
He did Slither. I didn't see Slither, though.
Slither was... You haven't seen Slither? Oh, we got to watch that like next week.
He did something called PG Porn.
Is it a scary movie?
Looks like some porn parody.
No, we got to watch
Oh,
Slither.
they're not all home runs.
No, Slither's got Fillion as the star. It's got Rooker as the villain. It's fucking great.
What the fuck is Slither?
Great movie.
Yeah. So, see, he hasn't made a bad movie.
It's like a comedy horror movie. It's fantastic. It's really good.
Too scary for Josh.
Probably.
That's all you got?
That is all I have this week.
I guess we can move on to Here Comes Men in Black, Men in Black, Galaxy Defenders. Yeah.
Yeah, I was reminding these guys of this thing that neither of them have any clue on. Like, not too long after the first movie came out, there was some awards show, I think in the late 90s, and Chris Rock was hosting it. And it might have been an MTV show.
It had to
maybe.
have been. Who else would have done that?
Had to have been MTV. And the whole ad campaign leading up to the show was like a parody of the Men in Black song. And it was like, oh, no, the host is black.
For Chris Rock.
Yeah, funny motherfucker. And neither of these guys remember anything about that.
I do not.
But I
don't
do.
Think about that.
Did Will Smith slap him then, too?
Oh my God.
That's where he first started developing the hate. He's like, look at him parodying my fucking song.
That's where it all started.
I mean, this and Independence Day are the two best Will Smith movies.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Yeah.
And Will Smith has made a lot of really good movies, but yeah, it's got to be these two.
And you know, like, it's great to go back and watch these back when he was still very lovable and not like a douchey fuck.
Right.
Yes.
Because if it was Dwayne The Rock Johnson that made that joke about his wife being bald, he wouldn't have slapped him.
It's true.
He would have sat there and taken it like a little bitch. Instead, he saw Chris Rock, who he towers over, and he was like, yeah, he won't do anything if I slap him.
Did you guys see the Muhammad Ali movie he did?
I did.
What'd you think?
I did. I don't remember it.
I saw it once. I thought it was slow, honestly. I thought it was
Sure.
okay.
Sure. I mean, it wasn't, an action-packed movie.
I mean, he did a good job.
Yeah.
I just thought overall the pacing of the movie was slow.
You put this out as
He's a great actor. That's
Two-
no question.
of two of his best movies, but I don't know. He's done a lot of them. Wild Wild West.
That doesn't compare to
No,
these two
Josh.
movies, Josh.
I love Wild Wild
Fuck
West.
off,
Of course
Josh.
you do.
I mean, also, the zombie movie.
I Am Legend was
I
great.
Am Legend. I
It's a
Robot
good
was
movie,
really good.
but it's not Men in
I
Black.
Am Robot's good
Independence
too.
Day
It's not
level.
like I'm saying they're not good.
Yeah. Like
Josh. I, Robot is a fun little movie, but it doesn't compare to Men in Black and Independence
Josh,
Day.
I just said this 2 minutes ago. He's made a lot of great movies, but Men in Black and Independence Day have to be the best too.
and they were back-to-back years.
That's not
subjective.
shitting on anything else he's made. He's
He's
made a
done a
lot
lot
of
of-
great movies.
This is not opinion.
It is. Everyone has their own opinion.
It's a fact.
No, this is
I
fact.
bet it's the 2 highest rated movies of his career.
I think we can find that out.
Yeah, after 30 minutes. All right. I mean, he was also great in that Concussion movie
Yes.
about the NFL.
That was great too. Yep.
Independence Day gets a 7. I Am Legend a 7.2.
A 7 according to who?
This is IBDM.
Oh boy, that's not a thing.
No.
And
That's-
7.3.
What is it? What's the website?
A 7.3 on IBDM.
Oh my God, he did it differently again. Huh? Oh, this is what he does.
So, if we're going according to the experts, whatever they are.
The experts at IDBM?
Yeah, apparently. They say Independence Day
No,
is
Josh,
rated
it's
lower.
IBM, right? IBM, the website?
IMDb. No.
Oh, wow. He did it, everybody. Woo!
No, it's
Stop
BM.
going to websites you can't pronounce.
It's BMI. Josh.
ID, whatever. You don't fucking know what I'm talking about.
look in the-
You asked me to bring facts, and I brought the facts, motherfucker.
No, motherfucker, Jesus. What you need to look at is the Rotten Tomatoes audience score, because that's real people. That's not froofy, head up their ass critics. That's real human beings that watch the movie.
Okay. I'll get back with you.
Yes, please do.
No problem.
Yeah, no, the guy's made a lot of good movies, that's for sure. But Men in Black and Independence Day are my 2 favorites. That's for sure.
Thank
Yeah.
you for that caveat.
Probably watch this movie once a year. I mean, it's always on TV, and for good reason. I remember I showed my son maybe a year or 2 ago for the first time, and he fucking loved it. I told him that there are no sequels to it. He was like, "Are there more?"
No.
And I said, "No."
Next time I see Leo, I'm going to go, hey, did you know that there was a Men in Black 2
I
and a
will
Men
kick
in
you in the
Black
balls, Josh. I will kick you in the balls.
Don't you ruin it for him. No, this movie is on the Shawshank Redemption Major League level, where anytime it's on TV, you stop, you just put the remote down. And you just leave it.
Right.
This is one of those movies.
And it was funny when we were watching the opening credits. I forgot exactly what you said. You mentioned something about Tim Burton, right?
Right. So immediately when the movie starts, the music starts, the opening credits start, and Andrew and I looked at each other and we were both just like, Tim Burton, right? And we're not sure what exactly it was, because Andrew found out that Danny Elfman did the music for this.
Yeah.
But the director of this, Barry Sonnenfeld, he did the first Addams Family movie.
Right.
So maybe there was some kind of...
That director must be a big Tim Burton fan. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
I mean, the opening credits, especially with The Fly, like I felt like I was watching Beetlejuice when he eats the fucking cockroach or whatever.
It did have a Burton vibe to it.
It's, I mean,
As soon as
especially
the movie starts,
the
yeah.
music too, because you really only hear that kind of music in a Tim Burton film. But
I'd want to go back and see the opening credits to Addams Family and see if it's just literally the same font, because we both were like,
Right.
we've seen this before.
is it Nightmare Before Christmas like that font as well?
Maybe.
I don't know. Never saw it.
Nightmare. It's not scary, Josh. It's a children's.
Sounds terrifying.
It kind
But
of is.
It kind of is, but there's
It actually is a lot.
But there's clearly something there that you and I both had the exact same thought.
Right.
Maybe it was Danny
Never even
Elfman.
thought about that before. It's kind
Yeah.
of funny. But yeah, every scene in this movie is so much fun. I mean, with the opening scene, the immigration officer pulls over a bus transporting some immigrants. Tommy Lee Jones shows up right away. I mean, it's my favorite Tommy Lee Jones role. He does such a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Playing Agent K.
Right.
Him and his partner show up. This guy's like fucking on death's doorstep. It's like, why is he still doing this?
This guy should have retired 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
Kay speaks Spanish to the immigrants to find out which one's the alien, and they're fucking talking to him. He's holding that guy's fucking head and everything. And one of the cops sees the alien, so Mikey, the alien's name, charges at him, and the old partner can't get his gun in time, so Kay pulls out his gun and shoots it right as it's about to eat the cop, and he gets the blue entrails all over him.
My thing was watching this now as an adult. I can't remember the last time I watched it, but you know, it's kind of weird when he's talking to Mikey there. Doesn't mind the two humans there,
Right.
But when the other human sees him, that's when it sets them off.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because they're too old. I think that alien doesn't prey on old men.
Maybe.
Or I think it's just be like, I can't be caught. Like, it's fine that Men in Black knows about me. I think that's kind of what it is.
Maybe.
So yeah. I mean, that the guy that played that cop was great. Just of like his shocked face with all the blue shit all over him. And
Yeah, what a great scene having the alien just vaporized and then just and then just the splat on his face.
just all over him.
And it was
Great
so
scene.
cool as they're talking to him, and he's still got that little glob hanging off his hat the entire time.
Yeah.
Right. So the cleanup crew arrive as Kay gives the cops the neuralizer. And that's where I was also like, this kind of also has a Ghostbusters vibe to it.
Right? Yeah.
Because you don't, like, when you first watch Ghostbusters, I mean, obviously you know what the movie's about, but you don't know, like, really what the Ghostbusters are. Just like, what are the Men in Black? You know what I mean? Like, it's very secretive and no one really knows about them yet.
Then they got the guys coming out in like the lab coats to get
Right.
Kind of spooky
Fire
sci-fi
everywhere.
comedy.
I bet they were going for that as well. And the old partner retires. He tells Kay, I'll miss the chase. But Kay says, no, D, you won't.
so touching.
Which is, ends up being a great callback at the end of the movie. Then we see... What?
I'm sorry. I'm just picturing him because like where he wakes up next, it's got to be a nursing home, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's like,
Well, after he neuralized him, I think he just shot him in the back of the head
Right?
and fed him to whatever alien was next.
You're too old to put back in the wild. We gotta put you down.
No, it's like instead of look at the flowers, he's like, yeah, look at the stars, buddy. Look at the stars.
Oh,
Also,
Oh God,
Jesus
that
Christ.
reminds me of the scene from Better Call Saul. When Mike tells the German guy, he's just looking at the stars and then blows his
Right.
brains out. Oh.
everyone likes referencing Mice of Men. It's been done so many times. The Walking Dead did it. So I saw Men in Black when I was 10. And when Tommy Lee Jones tells the immigration police, he's like, please keep protecting us from the dangerous aliens. And he says it in a sarcastic way. As a 10-year-old kid, I thought he was talking about aliens from outer space. I didn't get the joke at the time.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
that's always been interesting to me is when I go, like, I saw movies as a kid, then you go back and watch them as an adult and notice how many jokes you missed.
Right. Yeah.
The
illegal aliens aren't really that bad. Of
The
people.
Mask, starring Jim Carrey. I saw that shit when I was 7 or 8. And when he's doing like the magic tricks, he pulls out like a used condom. This movie was rated PG.
Wow.
He pulls out a used condom. He's like, whoopsie.
Jesus.
Wow. PG standards were pretty relaxed back then.
Yeah, no shit.
I still haven't seen that movie since I was a kid.
It fucking holds up. I watch it every few years, maybe like every 5 years, and I mean it's a fun movie. Like, yeah, it's a kids movie for the most part, but
We might
it is
have
fun.
to add that in the mix sometime this year.
I wouldn't mind doing that. We got to get some Jim Carrey movies in
I
there.
can't remember the last time I've seen it, to be honest.
Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura,
Oh yeah, Dumb and Dumber. That's-
Liar Liar. I love all those fucking movies. So yeah, we meet Will Smith's character Jay. He's chasing down a criminal who has a magical space gun that disintegrates when dropped. The criminal crawls up a building, but Jay meets him up there and holds him at gunpoint. And the bad guy's like, "Oh, you don't understand. Your world's gonna end." And then he blinks sideways. And that's just what this movie does so well. Is every scene they show you something weird, and obviously they're aliens, but you're also like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Right.
It makes you more intrigued to keep watching. And the bad guy jumps off the building, killing himself. And this is where we meet the unsung hero of the movie. You could even argue he's the MVP.
Okay. I'm listening.
And it was a lot of fun for Aaron and I to blow Josh's mind
All right.
because
Yeah.
Josh did not realize that Vincent D'Onofrio, a.k.a. the Penguin, Penguin,
Oh,
God
Lord.
damn it. Vincent D'Onofrio, a.k.a. the Kingpin. Vanessa, where are you? I must have Vanessa.
If you don't realize
Men in
it,
Black, you will die.
if you don't realize it, go back and pause that first scene when he comes in, and then just picture Andrew saying Vanessa the way he did. And then every time you hear that motherfucker speak going forward, you're like, I cannot distinguish it. Now it's so obvious.
We realized watching this movie after Vincent D'Onofrio becomes like skin Vincent D'Onofrio in this movie. Yeah. The whole rest of the movie, this is early Kingpin. This is him testing out his Kingpin voice.
New York is my city. But yeah, he's fucking great in this. Classic 90s humor where he's arguing with his wife, and outside we just see the spaceship from far away, and you know, the only thing that pulls its weight around here is my goddamn truck. And then of course the spaceship crashes right through his truck.
Damn.
He gets eaten by the giant bug, and the bug takes over his body, and it was a fun little scene. Goes back in the house. The fucking wife, that woman plays like angry wife in every movie that she's in.
Typecasting.
Yeah, exactly.
But
sugar, give me sugar.
She keeps on just pouring it.
This movie had such great effects and believability because for the first 30 seconds you see D'Onofrio in this movie, it's Vincent D'Onofrio. And then after that, it doesn't fucking look like him in the slightest.
Right.
You can't even recognize him.
We're watching this movie and we're like, the fucking CGI from 1997 looks better than Marvel's CGI from Ant-Man. It looks better than She-Hulk. How? This is 26 years ago.
Right. Well,
how does it look worse now?
The reliance on a green screen, I think, is the big problem. You know, but here everything looked fine. Even some of like the little aliens. You know, when later in one of the scenes when Kay blows out the brains of that guy and his head grows back, like that's better than She-Hulk when She-Hulk transforms.
It's not even close.
Not even close.
Everything in this movie's better than She-Hulk.
Yes.
It's so upsetting.
It actually is.
They do such a terrible job.
It's depressing on the level of like the iPhone came out in what, like 2006 or something,
right?
And it was like, holy shit! And now our iPhones are just not really much different than that original one.
They're just bigger.
It's the same shit.
Yeah. So next up, Jay meets Kay. Linda Fiorentino plays Dr. Weaver. She tells Jay that she believes him, and Kay gives her the neuralizer. And then that's where, Kay takes Jay to Tony Shalhoub's store, and Monk. And Kay shoots him in the head, but it grows back. And Jay points out the gun. You know, I love that scene as a kid. Do you have any idea how much that stings?
Uh-huh.
And Jay points out the gun that he saw, and Kay tells Tony to leave the planet or he's going to shoot him where it don't grow back.
Oh,
nice.
Dick joke.
And Will Smith is like, yeah, he's trying to act all tough. He's like, he's still in shock. He's like, yeah, and I'm going to come back, check on these Rolexes.
Amazing.
So Kay gives Jay the neuralizer, takes him to dinner, and then says, thanks for the egg rolls, kid. Makes him pay for it. What an asshole.
That's got to be so off-putting to get neuralized and then wake up and you're having dinner with some random man you don't know.
But I guess the Men in Black, they can't pay for dinner, right? Unless you flash them.
Well, if you don't have any ID or anything, you can't have any credit cards.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have cash, I guess. But
maybe.
Well, they made the point they don't have government oversight, so where are they getting their fucking money?
Yeah.
Yeah. They have patents on a few inventions from other planets, like Velcro, microwaves. That's what he said in one line.
He did.
So, yeah, it gives him a card with an address. Meanwhile, an exterminator shows up, but Vincent D'Onofrio, alien, brutally murders him in the most PG-13 way. Jabs that fucking thing down the guy's throats. And again, he sounds just like Kingpin.
Yes.
The whole scene, like, pest problem. Pest. Well, we do have a pest, and his name is Matt Murdock.
Oh, that's good. I was glad.
And I will exterminate him.
And it will cost me more than $1.50.
Yeah. But that's just to show us, that this guy's dangerous, obviously.
Right.
So Will Smith goes back the next day, and the test that they make all those guys take, sitting in the uncomfortable chairs with nothing to write on, just stresses me out. I was like, God.
For sure.
I would really hate to be in that situation.
It was like a 5-minute scene of people just folding papers, putting it on a wall.
It's a little dramatic, but yeah.
It was funny. I mean, like the first thing when Will Smith opens his thing, he's like
immediately rips it.
Fuck.
And that's another
Just makes me
callback
laugh.
because they get that right. Just a weird, awkward scene in this big adventure movie. Ghostbusters got that right.
Yeah.
Same thing. There was a lot of just random, common moments in that movie.
He pulls up the loud table.
But I
It's
love
like, you want to get in on? You want to get down on this?
I love it. You know, you had all
it's
those
good.
army guys that follow rules and everything, but you got this take charge guy from the NYPD.
Yeah, they're all boring.
Yeah.
Best of the best of the best, sir. You know, with honors. He's really excited, and he has no idea why we're here. Movie's really funny.
Yeah.
The next test, they have them all shoot at fake aliens that pop out. But Jay only shoots a little white girl in the head. and Zed, played by Rip Torn, R.I.P. But
R.I.P.
he was also great in this movie in his small role. But he's like, would you like to tell us why little Peggy had to die? And he's like, I mean, I saw this alien and I was scared, but then I just saw, he's just working out.
Yeah.
So like something about like how would you feel if someone like busted your ass while you're on the treadmill?
And then I saw this other alien, but as I looked, he wasn't yelling.
I thought he was snarling, but
But
he was sneezing.
he had a tissue in his hand. He was
Yeah.
sneezing. Then we
But
got
he's
this
like,
little white girl.
8-year-old white girl in the middle of the ghetto with some quantum physics books. She's about to start some shit, Zed.
But
Yeah.
seriously, in that situation, I think I'd be more terrified of the white girl too.
Sure. I mean, these were all like fucking laugh your ass off jokes.
Right.
The first time you saw them, and they're still funny.
Yeah.
And that's part of what made this movie so great. It's like, yeah, okay, Will Smith is in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones is in it. But all of the character actors, you've got Rip Torn in a part. You've got Tony Shalhoub in it.
Yep.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
You've got DOnofrio in it.
Yep.
Amazing.
So then Kay starts explaining the history of the Men in Black, but Jay doesn't believe him until he meets the little aliens in the break room who love coffee. And they use them so perfectly in this movie. And then when they made Men in Black 2, they overdid it so much. Because they heard people like these little aliens, they put them in like half the fucking movie in the second one. And it was just overdone.
Overkill.
Johnny Knoxville was in it. It was so weird.
God, that's right.
God, that sequel. This is why we don't talk about the sequel, and this is why I lied to my son. Yeah.
It's fair.
And then Kay's speech in the park was great. He explained, like, because Will Smith is asking, like, why can't we tell everyone? He's like, people are smart. He's like, a person is smart. People are dumb, fucking stupid, all that. And
It's
Easily led, they're like cattle.
yeah.
Such a good comment.
and it's
that quote.
very true to life today.
Very true.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So the next day, Jay decides to join, and Kay shows him the main room. He touches a ball that breaks a bunch of shit, and Kay says it caused a famous blackout. I forgot if he said Chicago or New York, but whatever.
Did you
But
ever-
it's like, put that in a safe or something.
A safe for sure. Did y'all ever play with the Super Balls as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's
what it
basically
reminded me
that
of.
thing.
Yeah.
Then Kay introduces Jay to Brent and Bob, the two aliens that monitor all the other aliens on Earth.
Right.
Like Sylvester Stallone. Ugh. Yeah, I mean,
I think
that's
Tony
obvious.
Robbins was one of them.
He was. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Newt Gingrich was one.
And Will Smith's like fucking grade school teacher or whatever.
It's
I like
funny.
how they have cameras on them and all.
I know
times.
they had cameras on like tons of famous people, and then like the one.
They have like a 6-year-old Men in Black kid who's a spy, or like a midget who like is acting as a little kid.
Yeah,
right?
like
How'd
how-
they get that camera?
Yeah, like how in 1997 do you have a all-time 24/7 camera on a second grade teacher?
Alien technology, of course.
Oh, well,
Of course. You know. So Rip Torn tells Jay, "Let's put it on. Put one on. The last suit you'll ever wear."
Classic line.
It's a great line. And then followed by another great line when Will Smith says, "You know the difference between you and me? I make this look good."
Oh, that's classic.
And that was like the main line from the trailer, I remember.
yeah.
That was such a huge line. Then we have DOnofrio. Like, him being uncomfortable in the human body is so great. He folds a waiter in half under the table. Mm-hmm. He kills those 2 aliens and steals what he thinks is the galaxy. And as he's walking outside, he's like still adjusting to the body, and he just like, and he like jerks his arm out at some guy. And
yeah, he has this one weird, awkward scene that Andrew and I both remembered crystal clear. He's just like.
That was always one of my favorite moments as a kid. I fucking loved. I would like walk and try to act like him. It's so great. So J and K pull over an alien who isn't allowed to leave the States, but he says it's because his wife is having a baby. And another fun little scene of just the wife kicking Jay's ass,
Right.
with her fucking tentacles,
Tentacle vagina.
with the Twin Towers in the background.
But
R.I.P.
right.
Yeah.
But even better, this is all happening in the background.
Yeah.
Where Tommy Lee Jones in the foreground is talking to the guy like, "Oh yeah, what's going on? Oh yeah, okay." And in the background is, "Oh my god, oh my god."
Yeah. Congratulations.
Beautiful.
It's a squid.
Help me out, Kay. Oh, no, you got it, man.
That was a cute alien baby.
Was cute.
Very cute alien baby.
Yeah.
I also love another just great thing is how they read the tabloids and they read the National Enquirer to find out info.
Right.
That's such a genius like thing to put in this movie.
Just awesome.
Because like, you
Yeah.
know, I remember when I was a little kid, we were in New York and I saw National Enquirer, Bat Boy loose in New York.
Oh yeah, we all remember the
And
Bad
I was like
Boy
8,
stories.
and I was like, what is... I remember asking like one of my siblings, I was like, what... I was like, is this real? Is there a Bat Boy? They're like, no, idiot. I was like, oh, okay.
I think everyone can recall a crazy story they've seen from tabloids. The
Yeah.
Chupacabra is alive and well.
Dude, I had to do a Chupacabra story at News 92 FM.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Y'all guys with the tabloids?
Fuck off.
I did. I had to do one where like these people were claiming that like one of their fucking like pets was killed by a chupacabra. But then at the end I was like it was some expert says it was mostly like a mangy wolf or dog or a coyote or something, like a mangy coyote.
That's usually what it is.
And then at the end I was like, don't worry, it's probably not a chupacabra, but watch out for Godzilla. And then I played the roar. Like,
Wink.
yeah. So that's how you make a boring story interesting. A
little bit more
or at least
interesting.
fun.
Yeah.
It's so great when these movies take a little nugget of real life and just take an interesting way to sneak it in.
Right. So the next they interview DOnofrio's wife, and Kay neuralizes her and tells her that Edgar ran off with an old girlfriend, but Jay didn't like that explanation, so he gave her a better one. He's like, actually, you know what? You kicked him out. Yeah. And then he's like, oh, and hire a decorator because damn.
I'm with Will here. You know, why always give people a depressing story?
Yes.
Make it a little bit more interesting.
I mean, Tommy Lee Jones, he's jaded. He's been doing this for 35 years.
Yeah, sure.
You know, he's like, he doesn't really fucking care anymore.
Right.
He's phoning it in sometimes.
The 90s really were kind of the golden age of cool black actors being sassy in a movie.
Right. Rush Hour, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Then we've got J&K visiting Dr. Weaving to inspect the dead bodies, the 2 dead aliens, and Jay and Dr. Weaving have some deja vu because they've met before, and I like the part where she has him reach in the body, and she's like, you notice anything? You know, liver, heart? And he's like, nope, all fine. Doctor, they're all missing. He's like, oh, well, yeah, of course. That was the first thing I noticed. But then she notices something on the ear, so they touch it, and the face opens, and there's a tiny alien inside. There's so many like really fucking cool alien moments in this movie.
Right, and that alien looked really pretty good, especially considering it was back in the fucking 90s.
Again, way better than She-Hulk.
Yes, amazing.
As soon as I saw that little alien, the only thing I could think of in my head was Quaid.
God, he was way cuter than Quado from Total Recall, but yeah.
Oh, shit, that's right.
So the alien tells him, and this was another one of my favorite lines as a kid when he's like, to prevent war, the galaxy is on Orion's. What is word? And then they help him out. Orion's belt, and Kay neuralizes Dr. Weaving a couple times, and Jay's reaction was like the second time when Will Smith like holds up the glass just to cover. He's like, "Will you stop that?"
You didn't give him brain cancer.
Yeah. And then he's like, "Hey, Kay, you ever flashy thing me?" No. I'm serious, Kay. You ever flashy thing me?
No.
Yeah.
It's so good. I didn't realize, but this lady was like really cute, but she's only really been in like 2 movies. Dogma,
No. She's been in movies.
Dogma and Men in Black are, I guess, the most notable.
She's been in plenty of things, but she had like a 5-year stretch where she had some notable movies.
That was
But like,
and this
she was a femme fatale in I'm forgetting the movie, but she was like a femme fatale thing.
Nothing much else since, I mean...
Well, so she got blacklisted for being a pain in the ass.
So she's Katherine Heigl.
Yeah, apparently. Kevin Smith mentioned that on the Dogma like DVD commentary.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Dogma was the last thing, and she hasn't done anything since 2009.
Well, she died.
Oh, she did?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, fuck. I was like, R.I.P. Crazy bitch. Apparently.
So what? She did Dogma, Men in Black.
Yeah, there's one where she's like a femme fatale. I forget what it's called.
Jade, I think, is the one you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Jade, yeah.
But again, that was right in that like 96 to 2001.
The Last Seduction
stretch.
is the one.
Oh.
The Last Seduction.
Okay. Yeah, she had like a 5-6 year stretch. Yes. 94, The Last Seduction.
Mm-hmm.
I was just kind of shocked. I was like, she was really cute, and I thought she was a pretty good actor here, but she hasn't done anything.
I mean, that's
pretty much since.
That's Hollywood, especially Hollywood back then. It's if you're an actress, especially if you're an actress like early 30s, late 20s.
Yeah, she was already in her mid 30s.
Yeah, at that point, like you've got 5 years and then you're done.
Apparently,
that's just how it was.
Interesting.
But yeah, Michelle Yeoh winning Best Actress at age 60.
Yeah, fuck yes.
And then she was like, she said, "Don't let anyone tell you that you are past your prime."
Fuck yeah, good for her.
That's such a good story.
Yeah. So back at headquarters, Jay notices Kay spying on the woman he left to become a MIB agent. And Will Smith is like, "Well, you know what they say, it's better to have loved than lost, to have never loved before." And Kay's like, "Try it."
That was nice.
DOnofrio murders a guy for towing his truck. So they go after him. Jay's given the noisy cricket gun. I feel like I'm going to break this damn thing. And the big joke is that it's actually super powerful. It makes him fly back every time he fires it. And Jay makes a huge mess. One of the times he shoots it and he ends up like going like through the windshield with his ass.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so powerful.
And it's like every single time, it's like, well, okay, why'd you give him that gun then if you didn't want him to?
If he's not ready for this giant cannon.
Well, it just goes to show you, like, what are the weapons that he didn't give him? Jesus.
Yeah, and I really like when Jay's like, "Come on, we gotta stop him," and and Kay's like, "There's always a plague that's about to wipe out this planet, and the only way these miserable people get on with their lives is that they do not know about it."
It's very true.
So many great lines.
Very true.
So then Kay, the next scene is when they go to that like newsstand, and you see that super pale white guy, and Will Smith's like, "Man, there's not much." He's like, "Dude's definitely an alien," and then the fucking dog ends up being the alien.
That was a great little twist as well.
Little twist there, and Kay interrogates the dog, shakes it around a little bit, and the dog tells him that the galaxy is actually very, very small. And then the dog walks away, barks at a cat, and Jay realizes what Orion means.
Orion was
By the way,
name of the cat.
Speaking of weird-looking pale guys, when those 2 guys get murdered in the diner, the big, super tall one, that's another one of those Barry Sonnenfeld connections, because we were talking about Addams Family and Burton thing. That guy was Lurch from the Addams Family movies.
Yeah.
Well, another thing too, when they were in that morgue and they're like, "Well, do you notice anything unusual about these 2 guys?" Well, the first thing you should have noticed was that weird guy with the face. He was like 8 feet tall. right?
Yeah, she was
That's
like,
really
yeah, she was like, well,
unusual.
just look at the bone structure of this fucking guy. He doesn't even look like a human.
He looks Neanderthal-ish, and he's like, 8 feet tall. It's kind of fucking weird.
Yeah. That tall guy's been in other stuff, I believe.
Yeah, he was in a Star Trek Next Generation episode that I remember.
Yeah.
He was one of those, like, whenever they needed a weird-looking, otherworldly dude back then, just call him.
Yeah, he has a lot of small roles and stuff. Yeah.
He's 7 feet tall. Interesting.
Nice. So yeah, they go back to the morgue and D'Onofrio shows up, rings the bell, and it's like, oh yeah, it's David Cross.
Another one of these smaller actors, yeah.
Yeah. And Cross keeps swatting some bugs in front of him, so he's fucked. Jay shows up, and again, he's thinking that Dr. Weaving is flirting with him, but D'Onofrio's hiding under the table. In the lobby, Kay lights a cigarette, but some goo falls on it. He looks up, and David Cross is on the ceiling.
Stuck to the ceiling, which is kind of a weird throwback to I don't know if either of you guys saw the 80s remake of The Blob, but there was a scene of that where they're up in the there's a movie screening going on, and the guy's running the screening, and something happens, and he looks up, and some dude is stuck to the ceiling the exact same way.
Nice. Yeah. So then the Archelians threaten to destroy Earth unless they get the galaxy in an intergalactic week, which is just 1 hour on Earth. And they're all like, "Oh, where is he gonna go?" And Jay's looking at a photo, and he's like, "Hey, old guys."
That was funny.
Do those still work? And it's the fucking flying saucers at the New York State Pavilion. And it's another, like when they use real stuff and make it fiction is great.
That's kind of funny.
So then they're driving the tunnels and they got to get there quick. So Kay tells Jay to push the little red button that he told him not to push earlier in the film so that they could drive upside down to avoid traffic while Kay listens to Elvis. And Jay's like, "You do know Elvis is dead, right?" And no, Elvis is not dead. He just went home.
I love how they have like this futuristic technology to make the car, put a rocket on the car and it can travel upside down, but yet he's got an 8-track player.
Yes. Absolutely.
That kind of
Aliens still haven't figured that out.
No,
I like the scene where he's like, "Oh, this is going to replace CDs soon." And it's just a smaller CD.
Right.
that still could be on the way.
Not forward thinking at all. Just, it's a smaller CD.
Little did they know we'd all have these phones with music on them.
Dumbasses.
Idiots. Next up, D'Onofrio gets his spaceship. He starts to fly away. And this causes the Mets to lose to the fucking Braves again. So thanks a lot, aliens.
Wow.
And not just that, but the ball falls right on a Mets player's head, like
Yeah.
dunk. Ooh.
Caused him a concussion.
In the worst way.
I bet they still counted it as an error, even though it was a fucking spaceship. You fucking assholes. They probably all got flashy thing, the whole stadium.
How did they flashy thing the whole stadium? Because they all saw it.
Well, I'm in like Men in Black 2 or 3. I think they do like have this giant one at one point.
They have the
where
technology
they, like, flash
to just
like a million people.
just flash a whole city.
They just put it on the billboard.
Like, hey, this
on the
whole battle
scoreboard.
you guys just saw,
And it's gone.
Yeah. Or maybe like, hey, get your free T-shirt as you walk out, and it's like, choo. They just flash everyone, hand him a T-shirt, hit him with the flashy thing. Jay and Kay show up. They shoot down the spaceship, and that was a really cool scene of just the spaceship crashing and like starting to go towards them. And
yeah, we can't pass over this scene. This is just an all-time awesome, like the two heroes with giant laser
space guns
shooting down a giant spaceship. They both hit it. Oh man, just like money shot of an awesome heroes shooting down a ship scene. Amazing.
Go figure. All it took was the 2 shots.
Another great thing was like D'Onofrio's body is decaying even more.
Right.
Because it's getting older and he just crashed.
Hanging off of him.
He's just, it's so disgusting. And he's like, "Oh, you idiots! You don't matter. And in fact, in a few seconds, you won't even be matter."
That's a good line.
So
good
funny.
line.
D'Onofrio takes off his human suit, and we finally see his giant bug form. And the bug eats their guns, so Kay gets pissed off. He gets eaten. He gets himself eaten on purpose. Eat me! Eat me! Thankfully, the bug swallowed him whole.
Yeah, thankfully.
And Jay gets his ass kicked by the bug. You know, he tries everything, but he can't stop it. He's not strong enough. But then he sees some roaches, like, hanging off his arm. And he steps on one. And I guess the bug could feel that. He could feel anytime.
A telepathic link. They can't feel it. Any other bugs that get crushed anywhere else?
All 78 million of them.
Uh-oh. Was that your auntie? Oh, this must be your uncle then, huh? You know y'all look alike. Yeah, that whole part was great as it's walking up to him and he's talking trash. And
So what, if every time an exterminator goes to a house and sprays, does some bug on some planet 20 million miles away go like, oh, like what?
Maybe you gotta be on the same planet.
I guess.
Maybe they're like the Last of Us zombies, you know?
So why wasn't he?
Yeah.
Why wasn't he just rolling around in pain the entire time?
I don't think he's in pain. I think you just tell.
He just mad.
He's just mad.
Or he just heard it. I mean, it was a very loud crunch.
It was.
And he was like, is that my fucking... Did he just fucking... You son of a bitch.
You just step on my bro.
Big bad bug's got a soft spot. Yeah. So the giant bug's about to eat Jay, but Kay gets his gun back and shoots his way out, and the bug gets cut in half. Kay calls Zed, tells him they got the galaxy. They start talking like it's all over. Oh, that was not bad for your first 2 days. Oh, yeah. But the giant bug is still alive, and it's about to eat them, but he explodes for good this time, and it was Dr. Weaving who shot it.
So that's the crazy thing.
Interesting job you guys have.
All this happened within the span of 2 days.
Yeah. Right.
That's crazy. So Kay loses a partner, gains a partner, and then quits all in 2 days.
I mean, well, I think it was Will Smith's 2 days on the job. So in reality, it was probably like a fucking week or something.
Maybe.
Or maybe like 5 days.
We'll give him a week, maybe a month, but still.
Not a month.
Yeah, but great stories can be told in a short amount of story time.
Okay.
I mean, it's great that it was Jay's like first 2 days. That's, you know,
I mean,
you
some
save
of-
the world your first 2 days as an MIB agent.
Yeah,
Apparently happens all
some
the
of the
time.
best movies we've ever seen have been, you know, young trainees learning the whatever it is from some mentor, and they've got to learn fast because their mentor gets killed or something.
Look, who are they going to pick? You know, in that first scene when Will Smith is chasing the bad guy and the other two fat cops are like, oh. I mean, it certainly wasn't going to be them.
They couldn't have made any other calls to the LAPD or,
No.
you know, maybe Chris Rock was over there.
Chris Rock doesn't run as fast as Will Smith.
No, okay.
No, Chris Rock.
Or Detroit, where
Yeah, right.
fucking what's his name from Beverly Hills? Beverly Hills Cop.
Eddie Murphy.
Thinking of his character name, Axel Foley.
Axel Foley.
Jesus.
Abel.
Axel.
Okay, so back to this movie. Kay pulls out the neuralizer, and he tells Jay, you know, it's for me. And he's like, I haven't been training a partner. I've been training a replacement. Oh. And he shows Jay how to use the neuralizer, and he says, I'll see you around, Jay. But Jay says, no, you won't. Just like at the beginning of the movie. Later, Jay reads in the tabloids that Kay woke up from a 35-year coma and reunited with his lover. What a great happy ending that they ruin in the next movie. We then see that Dr. Weaving is now an MIB agent, and they make a reference to Dennis Rodman being an alien, and the last line is her saying, not much of a disguise. And I mean, especially at the time.
Good 90s
I mean,
joke.
like, this is 97.
Good topical 90s
Michael
joke.
Jordan is still playing basketball.
Right.
Oh, sure.
You know? We haven't even had the last dance yet.
Jordan hasn't even retired yet. This is still in the middle of that Rodman Jordan
Because
run.
this last
pre-White
year was,
Sox.
the last dance was 98, right?
98.
Yeah. So, like, this is in the middle of their fucking second three-peat.
Wow.
You know? It's fucking great. And then the final shot is one of my favorite final shots of any movie ever, with like them zooming out from Earth, all of the planets in our solar system, and then we see that like, oh fuck, we're just these like little marbles that aliens play with.
Yeah.
I fucking love that final scene.
This goes to show you how big the universe is.
So this
Oh
movie,
yeah, dude, we were watching this movie. I saw some news story that scientists discovered a black hole that is 33 billion times bigger than the sun. What the fuck? What?
Yeah.
that's why we watch movies and we drink.
How do you even find that? You couldn't even imagine how big that is. You couldn't.
Nope.
Because like the sun, how many Earths could fit in the sun? Like 5 million Earths could fit in the sun or some bullshit like that.
Right.
Then you have the sun, you know? So like this is the sun. My laptop is the sun, and Earth is like that little fucking piece of spit. And this is 33 billion come on, man.
I mean, you
What
really
the
want to
I
have.
mean, Andrew, we're pretty insignificant.
I mean, you really want to have your mind blown in like, I don't know, 5 million years, 500 million years, whenever it is. The sun's just going to burn up the earth and all of humanity is going to be gone.
We'll probably be gone way before then.
All of this is going to
Let's
be
be
gone.
honest.
Well-
this is all like this podcast. Podcast is gone.
Oh no, we only have
Tom Cru-
500 million years left
Tom Cruise is gone.
of this podcast.
if you really want to have your mind fucked, I mean, this is all just a simulation, anyways.
That's right.
Ugh.
That's what Elon Musk told us.
So this movie is basically The Matrix. They made a perfect movie and then tried many times to replicate it and failed.
I still hate that explanation. I love Matrix 2 and 3.
Of course you do.
Of course you do, Josh.
But I will agree with you that Men in Black 2 and 3.
It's just a fun movie. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely recommend it. Although if you haven't seen it yet, it's been 26 fucking years.
So I didn't realize this, but Vern Troyer is actually credited in this movie.
Is who?
He plays
The dog?
No, he
The
plays
alien baby.
Yeah, the alien baby on the side.
Oh, and not the baby that was born.
I was
Just
going to
like
say,
an
not
extra.
the alien baby.
Yeah, so
Well, this is the same
one
year.
character.
Well,
little
this
dude?
was
Okay.
before Austin Powers 2, so he wasn't even famous at all.
Yeah, he was nothing.
Yeah,
then.
so that's just
Remember, he was
weird.
also in Jiggle All the Way.
You're right.
That's right. Kind of like how
Big Show punched him right in the face.
kind of like how Warwick Davis was in Return of the Jedi. Back when he was just a child and nobody knew who he was.
Oh, was he an Ewok?
Yeah, he was Wicket, like the Ewok of that movie
Interesting.
Gotcha.
before he was Willow.
Yeah. All right, fan questions. Red shirt guy. Let's be honest, no one's going to see The Flash because of Ezra Miller, but his performance in the trailer seems very flat and emotionless. Any fears his poor acting is going to bring the movie down?
No.
I actually think he's pretty good in his role.
I
He might
agree.
be a piece of shit in real life, and he might have done some really shitty things, but I do think he's talented.
I didn't mind his Flash. His Flash is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, he as a person, he's an asshole.
Yeah, I actually don't mind his Flash. I enjoy him. But even if I didn't, nothing is pulling down Michael fucking Keaton.
No.
Like,
definitely.
what are we even talking about here?
Yeah. Omar, I've never seen any of the Men in Blacks, and I never plan to. I'm going to say Will Smith sucks. Motherfucker's always crying in every movie.
Wow.
He doesn't cry in this movie.
He doesn't cry in
He
this
doesn't
one.
cry in Independence Day either.
Well, he cries in movies now, but back in the 90s, he invented the whole genre of young, cool black guy being sassy at some crazy situation he's thrown into. Independence Day, Men in Black. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, that was Will Smith's thing in the 90s. And it was great. Everybody loved it.
I find it hard to believe that there's people out there that haven't seen Men in Black. That's crazy. That this person proves
Yeah,
it.
Omar, check it out, man.
Yeah, it's
Well,
worth a watch.
I mean, you can't really be surprised by anything. I grew up in the 80s watching Indiana Jones and shit. I didn't see the Goonies until I was like 25.
I haven't seen the Goonies.
Weird shit happens.
Andy Piccone, who is one person on this planet you were convinced is an alien. That's easy, Josh.
Josh,
Yeah.
No.
easily Josh.
Like a dumb alien that accidentally landed here. They didn't mean
No.
to.
If there's one person on this planet that is an alien, it's Elon Musk.
He is very
He's alienish.
He's very weird.
If we're talking non-Josh, either Shia LaBeouf or Tom Cruise.
Where's
Tom
Shia
Cruise.
Where's Shia LaBeouf?
Well, Tom Cruise's religion believes that they are aliens.
Correct.
Don't forget. Chief Nakahomer, yes, the Tommy Lee Jones era from my youth. One of my favorite actors. I enjoyed this movie. Small Soldiers, even Batman Forever. Okay.
Small Soldiers.
Men in Black, Small Soldiers, and Batman Forever. One of these doesn't belong. Small Soldiers, Batman Forever. Really? Come on now.
I think maybe you're having a little member berries about him.
Yeah. PCJ, I'm ashamed to say I knew the choreography to the Men in Black music video and I rocked it with a bunch of friends at more than one dance in high school. Dude, samesies, except I was 10. I would do the dance when I would watch it on TV. I love that music video. And they had the alien from the intro do the dance in the video too. Yeah. Now let's be honest, none of us could be trusted if we had our own neuralizer. But if you did, what's on your agenda? If you could use it one time,
I mean,
do you just
I might use it for
tell Margot Robbie that like you're married or something?
Wait, use it on a dumb question. Use it on ourselves or on somebody else?
On yourself. You're gonna fry your own brain?
I mean, wouldn't that be fun? Maybe to just wake up.
Wait,
and
but you can't use it on yourself. It's not possible.
Okay, all right.
So what would you do? Just tell Margot Robbie that you're her husband?
Oh boy, there's a lot of fucked up shit you could do with that.
I
Just
know,
go to the bank and be like,
I don't know if I could be.
I have $1 million in my account. Yes, you do, sir.
No, here's what would be fun. Okay,
I couldn't be trusted.
You're a Jets fan. I'm a Niners fan. Let's say you go to a Jets game.
Yeah.
And fourth quarter, you get one of the giant ones that can flash the whole stadium. You flash the whole stadium and go, guys, the Jets just won the Super Bowl. And everybody goes, ah!
Yeah, but I'll know it's not real.
Yeah, but just feeling all of that.
How about you flash me and then tell me the Jets won the Super Bowl?
They did?
Well, yeah, samesies. We'll do it to each other.
I think, unfortunately, Andrew, I think your Jets, your Jets self-hate would be too much, and you're like, no, I know that's not true.
Even then, I still wouldn't believe it.
Be
Get
like,
the fuck out of here.
Really? I don't know.
The Jets got Aaron Rodgers. Bullshit.
That still hasn't happened.
Fuck
I feel
you.
bad. I feel bad for you, bro.
Oh, that's great.
I do.
Well, we're going to get him, and he's going to be better than Jared Goff.
Well, they'll still have a better record.
No, they won't. Steven with a V. You want to bet? How much you want to bet?
$100?
$200?
I think I'm definitely willing to put $1 on it.
That's not your dollar. Put those down.
I'm definitely willing.
Steven with a V. Andrew, Eric, Josh, Aaron, and Joe are all chilling at a park, and they see John Wick walk by. Out of the 5 of you, who is most likely to be the secret assassin who attempts to kill him? I'm going to say Josh. He's just been acting dumb this whole time.
I'm going the other way.
He's really this genius assassin.
The whole
And this
thing,
is just the...
yes.
Yeah.
No.
The whole thing.
I think
got us-
Aaron might be the assassin.
He got us all. We all thought he was just this weird dude.
God, that'd be so great if that was actually the truth.
Oh
Who's
my
the
God.
secret killer in this group? Definitely me.
We've
But
all just been
who
making fun of
could?
this guy who could just slice our throats at any minute.
I mean,
A movie's going to be made about you one day.
And not in a good way, Josh.
I told you I keep receipts. I never forget.
Casey Bailey, what are your opinions on the MIB sequels? Well, you know, we just talked about it. I saw 2 and 3. No good. I didn't even see the international one because fuck that noise.
Oh, that was the one with Thor, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
no.
Valkyrie.
I didn't
Ah,
see.
shit. Yeah, no.
I didn't see 2, but I saw 3. 3 was. I mean,
It was time travel.
yeah. It's not on the level of the original Men in Black. It was fine. It was an okay movie, but it's after as high as they set the bar with the first one.
No,
it's just
because you had
hard to
Josh
follow it up.
Brolin playing Tommy Lee Jones' character, and that was weak.
Yeah,
Josh Brolin can only play Thanos or Cable.
it's just no one seems to learn that lesson when you make the perfect movie. Just stop and let it exist as a perfect movie.
Also, we forgot to bring up the fact that like fucking 5 or 6 years ago, there were plans in place to do a Men in Black movie with Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum as their characters from 21 Jump Street.
Right,
That
it was
is
going to be a
correct.
crossover or whatever,
That
right?
would have been fucking amazing.
Would it have?
Yes.
Yes. Are you kidding me? Are you shitting me? How good that
Everyone
would've
loved
been?
those two movies.
Everyone loved those movies, those characters, and putting them in the Men in Black.
Did you not
world.
see those movies?
I saw the first 21 Jump Street. I thought it was fine. But just with the subsequent Men in Blacks, knowing how bad they were, I couldn't imagine
They're both
that they would be very.
Their characters. They're both two idiots. You have fucking Ice Cube like being the new Men in Black boss because he got promoted. It'd be fucking amazing. Like, no, you can't do it now.
Right.
But back then, when you were making the 21 Jump Street movies, like, you could have done it back then, and it would have been great.
Damn, everybody wants a team up.
Well, no, but that's just a fun crossover, and that would be cool.
And this
it's
is
way
what-
better than the international one. Who cares?
This is-
What the fuck does MIB international? What does it matter? It's aliens from outer space.
It's
international.
all- what does international even mean?
No.
Yeah, like just imagine it's like the 80s and Axel Foley decides to go start raiding some tombs with Indiana Jones or something.
Even he could have been an MIB agent.
Yeah.
This is why we're eventually going to have Jurassic Park crossing over with the Fast and Furious franchise.
I wish. God, I wish. It'd be so fucking great. They're just the oh my god. The T-Rex is on him and like hit the nitrous. And then the T-Rex becomes part of the family and he's their pet and he's at dinner with the, all right.
It'd be a raptor, if anything.
Yeah. Tim, Josh, who is your favorite actor?
My favorite actor.
I think we did a top 5 list like some months ago, right?
I can't remember what I had. Probably Christian Bale. I would
That's a
think
good
so.
He's one of my
I
favorites.
can't think of anybody right now, but I think Christian Bale. We'll go with Christian Bale.
He's great in everything he does.
Yeah,
It's a really hard. It's a really, really hard question to ask. That's kind of like a,
I need more research.
who's your favorite child of all your children? That's hard. I mean, Harrison Ford. I don't know. It's
Like all time for you, but like right now.
Right now, you know what? Actually, right now it might be Pedro Pascal.
Sure.
He's
Getting
on fire.
Getting so much Pedro lately.
But I think as soon as Oppenheimer comes out, I think it's gonna go back to Christian Bale.
Is he in it?
I thought he was, right?
I don't think so.
Ryan Reynolds, maybe.
No, I think he is in it.
I mean, no, I was saying Ryan Reynolds maybe is like a favorite right now.
oh,
actor.
Ryan Reynolds is good.
He's just fun every time he shows up.
I don't think. Let me see. Let me go through the cast again.
Maybe it's just because I associate Nolan with
We got
Bale all the
Cillian
time.
Murphy, Florence Pugh, Matt Damon, Gary Oldman, Emily Blunt, Robert Downey Jr., Jack Quaid, Josh Hartnett, Kenneth Branagh,
No Christian Bale.
Casey Affleck, Rami Malek. Jesus, every
Oh,
fucking
wow.
line will be a famous person. No, Christian Bale's not in it.
Okay, I just associate them two together.
There's even more famous people on. It's like holy shit.
wow, a who's who.
Yeah. Craziness. Anyways, make sure you subscribe to our podcast wherever you are. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Hollywood Hog Pod. And please become a supporter of the show at patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. If you like Pedro Pascal as much as we do, you can check out the Last of Us reviews that we did. All of the episodes are out already, so we reviewed all of them, and we're currently getting through The Mandalorian. So join us on there and you'll get a shout out on the show. Until then, we'll see you next week for Super Mario Brothers. Yahoo!
It's a me.
Hope it's good.
Starring, and also Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong smoking weed.